Hey there, I'm Brian. Welcome to my photo show. Today's topic, Nikon's other sonar. Everybody knows about the 105-25. That's the famous one, the Nikon's famous sonar formula portrait lens. What people generally don't know about is the other sonar lens. These things, the 105-25, in unmodified pre-AI mount. Well, this one's been AI modified. This one's been AI modified. You can see there. But in unmodified pre-AI mount, these things sell for about $100, maybe a bit less, with a good proper AI modification, maybe 110, 120 tops. Very affordable. But if you think that's a great deal, check out these. So this is the 135-35. It was originally introduced as a rangefinder lens with a maximum aperture of f4. The 135 f4s are rather pricey because they bear the stamp "Made in Occupied Japan." That has a great deal of collector appeal because those lenses were made during the period of time when Japan was not yet a sovereign country again, but was under American occupation. So for historical reasons, those lenses are valuable or valued by collectors. This one, however, is pretty cheap. In fact, I believe it to be the most affordable, indeed one might say the only affordable, Nikkor in Leica thread mount. This is the LTM version, and it followed up on the Made in Occupied Japan version with an f4, although it shared the same optical formula. So this was the rangefinder version, which was then converted into the SLR version right here in 1959 when Nikon introduced the F. So these are classic sonar formulas. There's a fascinating blog written about these lenses on Nikon's 1001 Nights blog. I'll link to that down below. And fascinating history to these lenses, and they sell really cheaply. At least the SLR version sells for $50 or less. For $50 you can get one of these things in really, really outstanding condition. I think I paid maybe $35 or $40 for this one, and it's in really great shape. And that's generally the price range. I mean, if you're $35, $40, maybe $50 for one of these. If you're paying $50, it ought to be in near mint condition. The things to look for when buying: number one, a proper AI conversion adds value, as does the C. The C right there on these lenses indicates multi-coating. You'll notice that there's also a C on this lens here. On the rangefinder version it says QC, and the C is in red. I believe that the QC on the rangefinder version indicates single coating. That is, the Q without the C would be an uncoated lens. QC would indicate a single coated lens, whereas on the SLR version a plain Q would represent single coating, whereas QC would represent multi-coating. I believe that to be correct. I mean, I know what I've said about the SLR lens is correct. I think that the C here on the rangefinder indicates single coating, not multi-coating. If you know better, if you know more about these than I do, please leave a comment. I'd love to know. I'd love to have that confirmed or corrected if incorrect. So, dirt cheap sonar formula, what's not to love? Well, they're not as sharp. The newer 135mm lenses are sharper. I've got a 135-28 AI version, which is just tack sharp, wide open, beautiful lens. This lens is not tack sharp, wide open, but it does have that, you know, the sonar appeal. If you're collecting classic sonar lenses, then you know they're not going to be, you know, tack sharp, wide open. You're not buying it for that reason. The 135mm lenses in Nikon F-mount changed optical formula when they switched from pre-AI to AI. Most Nikon lenses did not change the optical formula with the switch, but some did, and this is one. So both the f3.5 and f2.8 versions had different optical formulas in pre-AI and rather in pre-AI and AI versions. I do not know whether the 135-28 in any version is considered a sonar formula. I don't think it is. It certainly isn't. It is not mentioned as such in Nikon's lens blog. But the 135-35 is, and they're just dirt cheap. Also, the 135-2.8s in pre-AI tend to be big and heavy. They're like beer can lenses, whereas this is not that. I mean, it's manageable. I mean, it's not a small lens. It's not too big. I mean, by prime lens standards, it's compact. It's manageable. Okay, so Sonnar lenses. Start collecting. The pre-AI Nikon lenses are a great way to save money. You can invest in a good Nichromat. You can save some money buying pre-AI lenses. I wrote an article on that topic in Emulsive, and I've been researching the prices on Nichromats, other Nikon cameras, and lenses in preparation for the second volume, or excuse me, the second edition of my self-published book, Nikon Film Cameras, Which One is Right for You. I will post links to all that stuff, the 1001 blog, my Emulsive article, and self-published book down below, so check all that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.